Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Heartland Northtrail 33 BHDS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to think about when you're parking on your campsite. Keep plenty of room for your awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, besides your slide, I want you to think about where your power and water are going to be connected. Your power is going to be all the way back here in this rear corner. Very rear corner. And then your water and docking station is all going to connect up here. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. The unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply retract to lower, extend to raise. Now should you lose power underneath this rubber stopper here, which I'll forewarn you will get your fingers black from touching it, use your hand crank here and that will get this up and down should you lose power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts every now and then. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose on those while you're going down the road. Once you got your unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. This unit's equipped with power stabilizing jacks. Let's come on over here. I'm just going to hit extend on this. As these come down, I'm going to tell you that you may have to straighten the feet out. Check both sides. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Better distribute the weight. Use your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack. Run these down. I see how the other one's not straightened out.
Stay on the button, it will.
Get these nice and flat. Run them all the way down. Once they're down, go to the rear, do the same thing. Once you got our unit level and stable, we'll go ahead and hook up our power. These 50 amp cord will go in here, wiggle to the right, turn on your black washer here. Now should you need to plug into a 30 amp, you're going to need a reducer, and then another for 110 as well. You're going to have to go from 30 down to 15 amp. There's your power hookup. Let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up the city water connection. Recommend a water pressure regulator. These will reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protect the lines in the unit. Recommend using these. Hook up that to your city water, hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. Just above that's going to be your hot water heater. How we're going to do at this point is make sure our drain plug's back in there. Throw some plumber's tape around that. Not putty, putty will gum up. Plumber's tape around that, get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now if that hose has been on for a few minutes, I want you to go inside and open up your slides. The reason I need you to open your slides up, I need you to get to all of your water lines and open them all up. Get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water going through everything, shut them off, and then you're all set up for your camp water. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. Instead of a campsite, we're going to go boondocking. In that case, we're going to fill up our potable water tank or fresh water. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Don't leave that unattended while you're filling it. Once that is full, remove the hose, put that cap back on there, and then when you want to use that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set up with power and water. We're ready to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing here on our off camp side. We've got a big pass-through storage area. Up in here is your battery disconnect. That would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Again, our fresh water. Underneath there is going to be our fresh water drain, and then our low point drains. Hot water heater, city water connection, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black tanks. Here's your outdoor shower. Flue for your furnace. Couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you're running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. And three, they do make bug covers for that. Purchased one of those from our store. Down here is going to be gray tank number 1. Coming down between your slides here is going to be gray tank number 2. And also your sewage dump. That's our main dump right there. Coming around the rear of the unit, our rear stabilizing jacks. Here's where you plug in your cable at the campsites. Again, your power. I recommend getting a cover for this spare tire. It'll keep it from dry rotting. You are prepped for a backup camera. You also have a bumper griddle here. So if you lift up on this, swing this around, everything will turn. Set up a griddle. Right up underneath there is your quick connect LP, or come to your outdoor kitchen, pull this out, set your griddle on here, same thing there, quick connect down there. Your griddle is going to be up front here. I'll show you that here shortly. Our outdoor fridge, cable, and 110 if you want to hook a little TV up out here. Here's your lighting. Black tank flush for your second black tank. 110s. This is a vent for your microwave. These are, if you ever want to get slide toppers, those are templates as part of the slide topper system. So keep them on there in case you ever want to get those. Coming down our campsite, I will show you on your awning, you've got a pitch control. If you pull down on this, that'll lean the awning this way and run all the rainwater in one direction. There's your big Flame King RV griddle to hook up down there. There's your quick connect LP for that. Up top, speaking of LP, it is on a regulator. Lefty loosey. Point this toward the tank you wish to be using. Green will mean you got gas. You're also prepped for solar. You can plug in a solar panel right there and that'll trickle charge your batteries. That covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I always like to point out, your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of emergency. Down here on the floor is going to be your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s there. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. So 15-amp fuses. And over here in the wall is all of our slide controls. All 3 of them, and our awning. On your awning, you only want to run that out until you can see your brown bar and that flap has fall down to 90 degrees. If you hold your out button down, that will continue to run out and start to roll onto itself backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. Above the doorway here is a owner's manual that you can scan and get online. As your awning comes in, show your awning light off and show you that slam locks work best when gently slammed. Smoke alarm right in the ceiling here. Our interior lighting. Here's our thermostat. Go straight to AC and crank the air up. That comes on. I'm going to show you also have a quick dump on this. Little secret when you arrive at the campsite, you want it to cool off quicker in here, open up this quick dump, let that cool the cool air that's coming out, and then when you close that, that will blast cooler air through your vents quicker. Coming back to your thermostat, I'm going to shut that, I'm going to go to off, and you'll notice generally the fans, the ACs will shut off Kind of quick. Here's may take a minute to run. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to heat. There, it just shut off. I'm going to go to heat. Turn your thermostat on at 90. You hear that crank on. Now what you will notice when I shut your furnace off, that it's going to take a few minutes for that fan to cycle through before it shuts off. It always does on furnaces. 110 on the side of your island here. Continue around the corner. We'll head right into the bathroom for our control panel. There's where your shows a brand new battery. There's a fresh black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked to gas. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked to electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. And here's where you turn on your water pump to utilize that freshwater tank. That's the button I said to hold down when you're filling that fresh water too. 110 with GFCI reset here. In the ceiling here, we just got a little hand crank open exhaust vent. Shower doors. You want these snapped closed when you're going down the road, whereas bedroom doors we want snapped open. Lighting in here. There it is. Another hand open, no exhaust, just a little down area there. King size bed and our lighting above the bed. As I leave out, I'm going to shut these lights off. Come into the living room. 110, more lighting here. Your table legs will just fold down. Put your tabletop on these wooden lips. Put the flat cushions on top, holding all the sleeping quarters. And then you have this one, which you pull the string out in the middle. That's going to have a cushion inside it. This cushion will lay here while this jackknifes down. I'll let you go further. There we go. So we couldn't see all that from that angle. We start putting it away. Lift up. We're just jackknifing the sofa. And you see this is just a slide. It has a cushion that stores inside here. Back to a sofa. Got a TV here, sound system, fireplace. I'll start at the bottom and work my way up. Fireplace, not just for looks anymore. I can make it brighter, dimmer, show you different pretty colors, but the biggest thing is the heat. Put that up on, that's the timer. Put that heat on high. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, instead of wasting your gas, if you're hooked up at a campsite, turn on this electric heater and it'll get it toasty in here in no time. Sound system, remote for that as well. AM, FM, Bluetooth.
Factors who were stationed at
Indoors, outdoors.
1953 and December of 1987.
Nice sound system. TV. On your TV here, in order to pick up all these channels that we're getting, what you're going to want to do when you arrive at the campsite is go in the menu, go over to channel, go down to air cable, hit enter, and run an auto scan. That'll pick up all the local channels where you're at. And what you also want to do is make sure behind your TV here, where your antenna is this green light next to where your cable goes in. That is your digital antenna, so make sure you got that turned on. Heading into the kitchen area. This is just a safety strap to hold your EverChill fridge with controls there for the freezer, there for the fridge. Manual for that right there. Self-explanatory microwave. Start. For now, for a second, show you that working. Got a fan and light above your cooktop. These glass tops make an excellent backsplash. Just fold that back like that. Turn on your panel light. Turn this to high. Hit your spark. Now you will have to bleed your lines sometimes a little bit to get these to all come on. But so same thing on your oven. Turn this to the pilot light. Hit your spark down there. That'll light it. And then just turn it to your desired temperature. Of course, look down and see underneath there. Make sure your pilot light lit up. In your island here, we've got your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volt, always running off your battery. So if you are out boondocking, dry camping, nothing plugged in, charging your battery, and you're going to be gone for the day, use your battery disconnect up front in that storage area to keep this from running your battery down. Lighting for this room is in here on this wall. You got some more individual lighting here. Note this bunk over here will lift up. Lift up. Push that in and that will lock these. Then you can use your seating fold out for a bed. Turn your cushions to the back however you want here. I will tell you, for travel, I recommend traveling with this down. I think it's going to be much sturdier than it would be up into those holes. Also prep for a TV back here, cable on 110. And about covers everything. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. One more bathroom. Same thing here. We've got a lighting on. We've got a hand open crank here with exhaust, and our own little black tank for this toilet back here. Plumbing to maintain, keep an eye on it. You've got an access panel here. Mostly PEX in these nowadays, but you are bouncing a house down the road, so keep an eye on things. Now we will close the unit up. Shut off my lighting here and head up front. What I like to do is go through, make sure all vents are closed. We got two back here. I'm going to turn on this lighting real quick just to mention. Both vents to close, a door to snap open, and a door to snap close. Make sure all lighting back there is off. Shut off my main lighting. Look for any accent lighting that needs to be turned off. There's none. Turn that back on, say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. Push our TV back into its snapped position against the wall here. Spin my control panel. Start here and bring in my living room. See the importance of having those drawers closed? You may, when you arrive at campsites too, want to look around this corner here and just see if any of them have bounced open during travel. Odds are they won't if you closed them good, because they've got a nice holding snap on them. See the importance of having nothing in the way. They utilize every inch here. This is going to bring in our bedroom back there. kitchen slide. Again, utilizing every inch. Shut off our interior lights and exit the unit. Biggest thing on these steps, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this will catch on it. Lift these up. These are also adjustable. Simply lift up on these metal pieces here and these will slide up and down. Lock that in. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn this handle. That's how you want that door for travel. Alright, if we are dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. Which brings me to mention, if you lose power, we do have these other hand crank that comes along with this for your stabilizing jacks. It's slotted. Put it on the opposite side of where your power hooks up, and this will get these up and down should you lose power. So bring up our stabilizing jacks. Come on around here and dump our freshwater tank right there. Hook up our hitch and head to the closest dump station or home, whichever we need. If we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, we're going to have two dumps. One's going to be just in front of your slide here, and then the other one's going to be behind your tires. So park accordingly, however long your hose is. Start up here in the front, and we're going to pull our black handle. That's going to be our front bathroom up here. There's going to be sewage up here. Go inside, check the level of that tank. Once it shows that it's empty, come back out here, leave that handle open, grab the hose at the dump station, hook up here to this tank flush, again emphasizing that black handle open, turn that hose on for a good 5 minutes and let that wash that out. It's going to get some of that nastiness out of there for you. After about 5 minutes, shut that off. Make sure all the washout you put in there has drained. Close that black and pull the gray. When that gray is done, close that up. Pull your trailer forward or use your longer hose and come on back here to your second area. We're going to pull our black handle. That's going to be the one on the right. When that one's no longer draining, you go in that bathroom, check that black tank. If it shows empty, again, leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station. Come over to your campsite, put that in here, hook that up and let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash out that black tank. When that's done, remove your hose. Again, make sure all that washout water you put in here has drained out. When that's done, close your black and pull the second gray. Now while your last gray tank's draining, come on up here, dump them low point drains. Get them all done. When them are done, you don't want to leave stagnant water in your hot water heater. So we're going to open this up. Again, after your low point drains are done, lift up on this pressure release valve. You heard water here. At that point it'll be hot water, so, or you heard air, you're going to hear hot water. So be careful. Put that down, otherwise your door won't close, and then you can pull your drain plug. When that last gray is done, close your sewage hose, or close your gray handle, remove your hose, take your hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in the bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this North Trail for many years to come. Happy camping.